All right, so this should be a skill that you've sort of observed before, or you've seen numbers represented in this way. It's a useful way for us to represent numbers, particularly in sciences like physics and chemistry, where we have like hundreds of zeros, or maybe like 35 zeros. So you don't have to write the whole number out. Instead, we can express it as a power of 10. So we're going to start with a really big number here. Does anyone know what that number is?
54 billion.
54 billion, good. If it has 6 zeros, it's million. If it has 9 zeros, it's billion. So what we do with scientific notation when we have a big number is we put the decimal place after the first digit. So I'm going to have 5.4, and we're going to have that as times 10 to the power of some number. Okay? And then the power is just how many digits are there after the decimal place. So if I'm putting the decimal place there, I can see I've got 9 digits here and 1 here. That's to the power of 10. Okay? So that's all we're doing. All right? We put the decimal, the rule is decimal place after the first digit, and then how many digits follow the decimal place. Okay? That's going to be your power. All right, so that's for a big number. For a really small number, right, really, really close to 0, we go, how many zeros are there? So we can see we've got 1 0, we count all of the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. So that means we go 3.81 times 10 to the minus 7. All right, so the decimal place always goes after the first non-zero number, so 3.81, and then we counted all of the zeros. There were 7 of them, and because it's a small number, we have to the power of minus 7. Okay, then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to start with a big number, all right, in scientific notation, and we're going to express it normally. So 2.41 times 10 to the 8. So what I'm going to do is just write out 2.41, and then I'm going to put how many zeros do I need so that there are 8 numbers following it? 6 more zeros, right? There's 2 here, which means I need 6 more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I've put the decimal there, but I've only put it there to show you 2.41, 2.41, and then we need 8 digits following, right? Because that's our power there. 1, 2, and then I've got another 6. There's 8 digits there in total, and then we just drop the decimal, okay? And then if you want, all right, if you want, you can put some commas in there, and that helps us illustrate, okay, that's the 6 zeros, that's 241 million. Okay, on to D, 3.15 times 10 to the minus 4. So just like we did up here, because it's a negative power, we're going to put 4 zeros, and then the number, 315. And we have a decimal place after the first 0. All right, so that's the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the number, 315, and the decimal place goes after the first 0. Okay, so that's it for scientific notation. It's a skill we'll just spend a very short amount of time on. So if we have a look at our checklist, for that's 12D, I've got question 3 for every second letter. So let's spend 5-10 minutes doing that. They're sort of 1-mark questions, just familiarise yourself with converting between the two.